What is going on YouTube? This is Jim, back with another video. Today we're doing an unboxing. Haven't done one of those in quite some time. This is none other than Fire Emblem's Echo Shadow of Valentia. Now, I have not gotten to play the original version of this game, which was a Japanese only title. So even though this is going to be stylized in modern Fire Emblem mechanics, you know, with the 3D kind of combat system and the overarching map design that we are used to in the later Fire Emblem games, it's not anything like the new Fire Emblem games. There's no romancing, there's no weapon triangles. This is more OG Fire Emblem, and this has a 3D dungeon crawling aspect to it, and I thought that was really cool. So I said, you know what, we need to get this collector's edition and we need to check it out, and here we go. So what comes in the box, I have no idea. I just saw it online and said, let's get it, and we're gonna look at it together for the very first time. I can tell you that it costs $60 as opposed to a standard 3DS game, which is about $30. So anyways, let's see what we have in the box. Got a piece of cardboard, can never have too many of those. And we have a Valentia art book. Now, did I bring scissors here with me, or do we have to do a jump cut? I have scissors. This is a raw unboxing, guys. Okay, this is like zero preparation goes into this. This is, hey, Amazon came today. Hey, let's run upstairs real quick and let's open this and talk about it so that we can just dive right in, because I love Fire Emblem and anything Fire Emblem is okay with me. Busy year for Fire Emblem though. I got the mobile game. I know there's another Switch game coming out eventually. Anyways, let's take a look at the art book together. There she blow, the art book. Now, it's pretty thin in terms of art books. I'm not a huge fan of the super thin art book, but it does have some neat stuff. So you're going to get some nice detailed photos of the main characters. There's Alm. He is one of the two main characters. And let's see if they have a nice vignette of Celica. And there she is. She's the other main character. And then you got a bunch of other character designs in here. All the ancillary characters with numbers. So you know any Fire Emblem game is going to give you tons and tons of characters to select from. All very unique, stylized. You could probably send them off to their death. Just like all the other Fire Emblem games. It's got a nice page here of all the different types of weapons that you can get in the game, which is actually kind of neat. And it's got some locations. It's even got some enemies in here. It's got some of the various enemies you're going to come across, such as the, I don't even know if it says the name of these things. We don't know. Dragon zombie dude and gargoyle dude. And then even on the last page here, this is actually really cool as well. It gives a little breakdown of all the different types of character classes you could have in the game. Sage, Bow Knight, Paladin, Fighter, all that great stuff. This is very exciting. So I do like art books. I don't know. Could they have given us more? Probably. Anyways, that's the first thing in the Collector's Edition. The second thing in the Collector's Edition is the Fire Emblem Sound Selection. Now, soundtracks are hit and miss. Haven't you had a chance to listen to this soundtrack? Obviously, because it's in the original wrapping. I can tell you, though, in general, Fire Emblem music is pretty good. The problem is it's on the 3DS, so you don't really get that rich orchestra-type sound from those little teeny speakers. That's where something like this does come in handy, I think, and you're going to find that there may be a little deeper tone or melody or whatever to the music. So they have a kind of neat thing here. The reason it's called Echoes, okay, is because it's the rebranding of the Japanese game that is coming over here. And the soundtrack actually offers both the original music and the Echoes music side for side. So I don't know if you could see this very well or not, but on the one side it shows Fire Emblem Original, and on the other side it shows Fire Emblem Echoes. And that's actually really neat. So you can listen to the OG version, and then on the very next track, you can listen to the remake version. I like that. I don't really have any nostalgic ties to the original Fire Emblem game that never came out. Probably would have been a little bit cooler if I had played it beforehand, so I knew kind of what to expect from the remaster. But I'm excited for that. Soundtracks are hit and miss, though. You know, you guys saw me do the huge unboxing when I was in New York of Legend of Zelda and Breath of the Wild, and I was not a big fan of that soundtrack. I thought that was actually one of the weaker soundtracks I've listened to. I still listen to a lot of Dark Souls. I still love Lords of the Fallen soundtrack. I think those are kind of my two favorites right now. But the Legend of Zelda one wasn't that great, so I'm hoping that this soundtrack is actually decent, right? Then you have the game. Ta-da! How cool is that? And I was aware of this. It actually has a reversible pamphlet. So the normal back of the game looks like this, right? This is what it looked like in Japan when it came out many, many years ago. Still in their language, which is awesome. So if you want to be OG and represent and put that on the case here, it's reversible, and you just basically can do that and slide that in. That's a neat little touch. I assume that comes with all iterations of the game. I don't think that is a collector edition exclusive. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what the non-collector edition gets. But if you wanted to, you can make your game look like that, which is kind of neat. That would definitely stand out on my bookshelf. I'm looking over. Nintendo has a very stylized 3DS type case. That would definitely stand out in my collection. Obviously, it comes with the game inside. And lastly, in the collector edition, we get some pins. So these are perfect for cubicle walls or your Fallout 4 bag if you ended up getting the loot, one of the loot gaming things like I did. I've been putting so many pins on that bag. I don't really know why. I carry around all my Legend of Zelda Amiibos when I scan them when I play Breath of the Wild. I'm up to about 12 that I scan now each day. I have so many freaking Amiibos. So I just put them in the bag, and that way I don't have to keep putting them back on the bookshelf and taking them off when I'm not using them. And the nice thing is I've been stacking up that bag with tons of pins that I've been getting from all the various collector editions we've come across. So I have no idea who these guys are, but there's one of them. I assume that's got to be the main guy, right? Okay, I mean, he's got blue hair, he's got a sword, he's got a shield. If that's the main guy, then who's this? Marth. No, I don't know. That looks a lot like Marth to me. And then, yeah, I'm sure as I play the game, this will become very readily apparent who these characters are. Maybe it even says on the box. Let's look. Does it say? Fire Emblem Echoes, game, art book, pin set. Nope. It is a pin set. That's good. Now, what amiibo or what game would not be complete without amiibos, right? So I went ahead and I picked up the Fire Emblems Alm and Celica. Is that Celica? Celica? It's got to be Celica, right? So let's take a look at these. This was not part of the collector edition. This was part of a 2-pack. I don't remember if this one was one of those exclusives. You know, a lot of times they'll say, oh, like, this is a Best Buy exclusive, or this is a, you know, GameStop exclusive, whatever. I don't know if this is that or not. You might be able to pick these up anywhere. And I think they're only available in a 2-pack as well. Okay, so let's take these out and take a look at these together. So what I like about what they're doing with Amiibos these days is they're changing the base on them so that they stand out from the rest of your collection. So these Amiibos have a cobblestone base to them on the bottom, which is different than a lot of the other ones you get. And here is the main guy, and now looking at the pin, this is the guy that I thought was Marth, it's totally this guy, because he does not have a shield. He is just hanging out, being himself. Like that he's a lefty. A lot of games don't have left-handed protagonists. I think that's important. And then, yeah, wow, a lot of detailing on her as well. Really, really nice detailing on her robes and on her sword. And as usual, when I hold it up to the camera, if it looks bad, I will take a picture and I will overlay it. So you'll get to see all this over me talking. You don't have to worry about it. So there you guys have it. Everything that comes in the Fire Emblems Echoes Shadow of Valentia Collector's Edition. I like it. I think it's really, really cool. I'm really eager to take a listen to the soundtrack. The art book's going to go up with all the other art books, which I do scan from time to time. I do really appreciate that. And the reversible case is actually something that's really, really cool because it's going to stand out, and I like that. So if I had to rank this on a scale from 1 to 10, clearly this is a 10 because it was only $60, and by far that is the cheapest collector's edition that I have. My wife just went ahead and pre-ordered the Marvel vs. Capcom $100 million collector edition with the big 4 statues. That one wasn't $60, so we don't know if that's going to be a 10 out of a 10. And that's probably the next unboxing I'll do. But until then, this is the Fire Emblem Collector's Edition with the Amiibos to match because, you know, you need those guys. And I don't think I mentioned, real briefly, putting the Amiibos in the game is going to unlock a unique dungeon for each of the 2 characters, which I assume can be done daily for additional loot and leveling up your characters. You can also use the Amiibo to reduce the health of one of your existing characters and give that health to an AI character who will come and help you. So that's kind of cool. You're basically like taking your energy and spreading it across multiple heroes. I like that idea. I'll let you know how it works in concept. I'm sure I'll do some sort of follow-up video in the near future talking about this game. But for now, that's everything that I have to show you guys for today. So hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. And that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there and play some Fire Emblem Echoes or any Fire Emblem because it's an amazing series. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.